Hello, my name is Alexandra Dursick, and today I will be telling you about stage number 3 of the Understanding by Design template, which is Plan Learning Experiences. During stage 3, we will talk about the WHERETO learning plan. The acronym WHERETO refers to the important elements of understanding by design and reflects best practices. We will begin with the W, which represents where and why. Students will know where the lesson is headed, where we have come from, and why we are headed in that direction, along with how our learning will be assessed throughout the unit. This is the part in the unit where goals and objectives should be made clear to the students. Examples that help learners understand the goals include directly stating the desired results at the beginning of the unit, giving students models or examples for what is expected, discuss with students the benefits of learning, what is within the unit, have students identify things that they want to learn throughout the unit, and give students a pretest on what they already know so you have a starting point. The W begins with SMART learning objectives, which are specific, measurable, attainable, and then moves towards relevance. These are the clear goals and objectives for the students. Students will learn the benefits to learning the material. Lastly is the diagnosis, which is where students will show what they know before you begin the unit or lesson, and how you will guide them in the right direction to become successful. H represents hook and hold. Ask yourself, what are the intriguing, thought-provoking hooks? How can we hold students' interest even when things may become less interesting? We must remind ourselves that before we can teach students any content, we have to gain their attention. When thinking about how to hook and hold students' attention and interest throughout the lesson, think about these strategies you may be able to incorporate, including an odd fact, a mystery, or a challenge. Even performing an experiment or offering different points of view on a topic or problem can help. When creating this template, you will first explain 3 ways how you will be able to hook and hold student interest. Then you will talk about the teaching that is used throughout the unit and how it will keep them engaged. Experience and equip. What learning experiences will encourage students to make meaning of big ideas, answer essential questions, and be engaged? What activities throughout instruction can you incorporate to help equip students and to incorporate more transfer of knowledge? As a teacher, our job is not to simply just cover content, but is to help learners uncover the meaning of ideas and effectively transfer their learning. When filling out this template, ask yourself how you can equip students and help them experience key ideas and explore issues. How will students uncover the meaning of the unit? R stands for Rethink, Revise, and Reflect. During this section, ask yourself, how will students be guided to rethink their understanding of important ideas throughout the class? How might students' final assessment and performances be improved with the hope of revision? And how will students be encouraged to reflect on what they have learned so far? When students rethink, there are shifting perspectives, considering key assumptions, and considering new information. When students are revising or refining, they are completing peer assessments along with self-assessments. Lastly, when students reflect, they are encouraged to reflect using reflective journals or think-alouds. When completing this template, you will provide opportunities to rethink, revise, refine, and reflect students' understanding along with their work. It will talk about how students will have these opportunities to reflect during the unit, and you will ask yourself how students will be able to improve their self-regulation skills. The second E in the WHERETO objective is evaluate. During this section, you will ask yourself how students will be guided to use self-assessment throughout their work. How will learners engage in reflection and identify any remaining questions? Lastly, how will students set future goals to move forward in future learning? The second E in the WHERETO model emphasizes the role of metacognition throughout effective learning. Metacognition is the practice of purposely reflecting on your own thinking and learning, along with monitoring the effectiveness of your performance throughout learning. When evaluating allows students to receive feedback about how to improve their final results, you will be able to talk about ways you can help students receive feedback so that they can work towards mastering the learning goals of the unit. Questions you can ask yourself for the second E would include: what questions do you still have about the lesson? What are you most proud of during this lesson, and how could you improve during this lesson? When tailoring the unit, how can you personalize the lesson to meet different needs, interests, and abilities of all of your students? You will tailor the unit to your class without interfering with the goals of Stage 1 or 2. The variety of ways that you can differentiate instruction for your students, including throughout content, individualized plans, different product requirements, and creating a personalized learning environment. When creating this unit, how will you be able to organize content for maximum engagement and effectiveness? How will you be able to organize in sequence? When talking about how you will incorporate a variety of learned-centered instructional strategies throughout your lesson, you will discuss how you will organize your unit to engage students and have them be able to transfer their knowledge from the classroom to the real world in situations that are meaningful. You will organize your lesson to have a learning experience that emphasizes creativity and higher level thinking skills, along with incorporating ways to consistently access student learning and make sure it is aligned with the content and standards. You will talk about how you will use technology, tools, and resources to collect and analyze students' data and interpret the results. You will then be able to explain the findings from the results and use this data to expand upon students' learning for maximum success. Thank you for listening about Stage 3 of the Understanding by Design template Plan Learning Experiences.